Ahoy gamers, and welcome back to our Path of Exile 2 playthrough as we're playing through as a hardcore solo self-found warrior. Continue this series where we left off in the last episode where our warrior perished against Draven, the undead ghost. We beat the ghost, we push our way through Act 1 after doing a lot of grinding in different locations. We make ourselves as strong as possible before we take on the Count at the end of the act as we continue to pursue the beast. Do we win against the Count? We'll see. So without further ado, let's jump on in. And we are back, thanks Draven for yelling at me there. Last episode, our warrior perished as we were in this fight here with Draven. We've regained ourselves. I've leveled myself to level 13. A fair few points into some of these skills. So I made my way over here to smash. I've got some increased armor and life regen. Some more armor here. Some more melee damage. Got smash. We'll be making our way over to this strength node here with beef, because that's going to be a lot of extra HP. And on the way we can get these shock waves, 200 damage, and increased stun build up and more damage with 200 weapons. This would be really useful, and as well as increased armor and threshold, increased armor again. So these are all kind of the area we want to move towards. But enough of my babbling. I will have my intended build down in the description if you want to have a look at what I'm moving towards or working towards. Feel free to have a look. And as you can see, we do a lot of damage. The idea is just to do loads of stun build up. I use my rolling slam skill to get nice and quick, get nice close into the enemies, and then I just bonk them with my melee attack / bone shatterer when I can. So last time that fight was quite difficult. Obviously this time it's slightly better. So we did do a bit of grinding. In this series, I want to finish the game in this series rather than die over and over and over. So I am open to doing a bit of grinding off of the camera, off of recording, to hopefully survive. Hopefully today we can get through all of Act 1, or most of the way through Act 1. We'll see, because it's all dependent on how long it's going to take. Because I've essentially got 2 hours to record this video in. So if it takes more than 2 hours, then do I have both keys? I do have both keys, good. So I've essentially got 2 hours to record this entire video. So hopefully we can get all of Act 1 done. We may not be able to, but we'll see. So here's the next boss. This boss has been a bit of a pain. He's killed a couple of my hardcore characters on stream.
Callum, the family of Count Lachlan of Ogham. My family! This doesn't make any sense! They're dead! Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them suffer!
Yeah, he gets really angry here. I should be able to roar at him. Okay, did a bit of damage there, it's fine. I want to try and avoid as much damage as possible. He drops it down on me. Dive in. There he goes. Time to shatter him. There, he's got a huge stun on him now. And this should be just us being able to melee him down. Boom, there we go. So I do want to get as much HP and regen as possible so I can actually tank damage. And we're going to move on to the hunting grounds. This rune socket, that's pretty good. Level 3 skill, there's nothing we really need. I'll get shockwave totem, I guess. We could use a shockwave totem. I don't know, it's really just to have on our skill bar. We're probably not going to use it in the long run. Now in the hunting grounds, there's a few quests we need to do here. So in the hunting grounds, we've got a Dryagic ritual. We've got a ritual altar. We've got the Crowbell, which is the boss. And then once we do these three, we want to then head over to this Frey Fawn, which is going to be the main focus of this episode. Not only are we going to finish this act, that area is quite difficult. Okay, here's the ritual. So it just spawns this guy here. He's not too bad, especially when you just stagger him. We are being slowed by these boys. One thing I like about the roll and slam skills, I can do the first hit, and if I roll, I can cancel it. So if my first hit stuns them enough for me to be able to use the bone shatter skill, that's really useful. Okay, I can't get over there, that's annoying. Then I can like there. I could have just pressed rolled to cancel my animation.
I've no more room.
Okay, got 4 inventory now, which is fine. This area is pretty cool, but it's got more of these like little venomous crabs, porcupine things, which are really annoying to kill, really annoying to fight. So we still got to look for the mini boss in this area. Still got to look for the ritual altar. We don't have to do the ritual altar before the next map, but hey, if we get it, great. If we don't, not the end of the world. You see how much of a difference doing a little bit of extra leveling has done. Because we are very tanky now. So we'll just jump back in. There's no real mobs to note here. This is a lot like the kind of Act 2 mobs with POE 1. At least in the forest. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll jump back in when we get to any of the other events. And here we are. Here's the way into the Freythorn. But notice amnesty here.
Decree of the Count of Ogham, to the scoundrels and cowards hiding among the trees of the clanless Perch. As the loyal men of Ogham lay down their lives to protect those who support them, you hide. As the women of Ogham sweat and ache, skinning beasts upon which we feed, you hide. As the children of Ogham play at war, preparing to serve the greater needs of the people, you traitors hide. I will offer clemency only once. Return to the manor immediately and serve Ogham, as is your duty, and your punishment will be deferred.
Okay, so it looks like these people of this little town here are going against the Count. Which I could probably definitely see why.
Live. There are far more of them than I expected.
These guys are the clanless. They don't really report to the Count. Pretty cool. In this area, there is a boss. There is a boss. I think he's called the King of the Mists, or the Mist King, something along those lines. We'll have a look on the mini-map now. So this area here has this, yeah, King of the Mists. To activate him, there will be a number of ritual altars around the map, which we'll just show one. Because they're all the same. I think there's 4 of them you need to activate, or maybe 3. Okay, this is the ritual altar. It's like the same in Path of Exile 1. You click on the ritual, begins the ritual, loads of mobs will spawn. You just need to stay within this circle. And then once this is done, it will complete. If I can hopefully not take loads of damage here. And once it's done, it will complete. All the mobs will spawn, despawn once it's over. That were spawned to do with the event. And there you go, just like that. Bonk this one. And Finn's now appeared. Well, I can now summon Finn to have a look at the altar.
I can't believe it. The whole bloody place has gone mad. Cursed cultists, please, hero, find the other altars and dispose of them. Put an end to this. I'm gonna check around here for any sane survivors.
He lives up to his reputation.
So we've got to find the other altars. Once again, I can't remember exactly how many there are, but you essentially have to search this entire map, which is pretty cool. If you, just for little PSA, public service announcement, if you don't, I don't know why I said it like that, it was a bit weird of me. If you didn't grind in the cemetery to get some levels, this is also a very good place to grind. Because these mobs do give a fair bit of experience, and they're not too difficult. We'll quickly pop back to town to speak to Una. We come back here to enter our inventory, but
this will most certainly break the Count's binding. Give me a moment.
there you go. Looks like Una's revived him, which is good.
I don't know how to ask this of you, but I was forced to leave behind something of great importance to me when I fled. My lute. It was carved by my mother when she first taught me to sing. It's in my family home in the farmlands. If you happen to travel near those ways, it would mean the world to me if you could look for it.
So this is definitely a skill, quest we're going to do. It's give us a book of specialization, which is a few more passive points. The hooded one.
How long has it been? I was hunted. The Count, he stole something that is beyond dangerous. It will cause sickness, then madness.
He's already gone mad.
Still be contained. We must put the seed back.
Don't know what the seed is.
This.
What a strange being.
Is that the source of Ogham's affliction?
Yes. Please.
So we have to look for a
If we are
seed.
to heal this land, we must find the seed. Beyond our clan graves is the hunting grounds. Cut through those to reach the village.
Okay, so we have to go, essentially have to find this seed to try and stop the corruption. So the hooded one gives us this. Ability to identify all of our items, which then we can then trade.
Makes fun of my collection.
Very useful having this.
Treasure it.
So I can upgrade any normal item to a rare. I don't think I have any normal items on me, which is fine. Life regeneration. Ooh, that's good. That's very good. And increase. So I want to probably put this on this ring here. Although I do lose the physical attack. It's fine. I don't mind losing that one. And we can just sell everything else as long as there's no superiors or anything with sockets in it, which I think there was an item with socket. Okay, there was none. Fine. And sell all this. Good, good. Then put it all into my stash and we'll head back out there. So stash 1 is for my streams. Stash 4 is for just the characters in this series. And a support gem. Always want to use these support gems. Bone Shatter. Okay, I don't think we really have anything we need here. I guess we can, because we've done a lot of farming. We've got all of our skilled enhanced skill gems in these, or support gems. So my mace strike has Rage and Lacerate. Rolling Slam has Overpower and Fist of War. Bone Shatter has Impact, Shockwave and Execute. Infernal Cry has Premeditation and Corrupted Cry. We'll put this support gem into here. We're probably not going to use it for the time being. Right, let's carry on in the Freythorn. So did just actually have a crash there. So you can see I just teleported here. I haven't had very many issues with performance of this game, but I did have a crash, so I've lost all the progress I made in this map, but it put me back to where I left off, which is fine. And now this is the final altar. Apparently it's still got the other altars I've activated. So there's three other altars in the map, and then there's the main one at the very end, which will spawn the boss once you take care of all of the mobs. Just like every other ritual, you just want to take care of all of the enemies, and then you can then spawn the boss. Well, you just want to take on all the enemies. This one will spawn a boss. They don't always spawn a boss. And got to be really careful here. So obviously we did just take a load of damage. There we go. They're all down. King of the Mists. There he is. So this guy has quite interesting mechanics. Just avoid any of the chaos damage if you can. It is sometimes quite hard to avoid it. But I'm guessing it's chaos damage because it's purple. I'm going to melee him as much as possible. And then he does start bring out these totems. Just try and take out the totems. And he will have a mechanic in a second. Oh, that's annoying. I didn't manage to cull him. Use my Bone Shatter. This is fine. He's going to drop. And here is his second phase. It's a bit of a trap. Second phase becomes this weird Spriggan thing. And he regenerates all his health, which you'll see in a second. There we go. So here. So there will be... So he will essentially do two kind of spells on you. One is you have to just keep moving. Essentially the idea of the spells is that they will trap you in place, they will imprison you. So if you keep moving or you stand still, they would imprison you. So you'll see it on the left hand side here in a second. He may, I think he's about to cast it again. Okay, he didn't cast that time. There we go. So Ritual of Meditation, stop moving or you'll be imprisoned. You have to essentially stop moving for this timer. There's two of them, one for imprison, and then there's one for essentially dance. So you have to just keep moving for the dance. It's quite a cool mechanic. And we took a bit of damage there just to show that mechanic. It's fine. And he's down. Perfect. Got a ring. And we've got this Glen Bloom skull. Very useful. Okay. So the reason why this is quite a good map to farm is that you have this at the very end of it, which I believe you can access more than once. And this essentially, by doing the rituals, you get these tributes, and you can spend the tributes on the items that are in here. So that would be really good to have, but I don't have enough tribute for it, so I can't buy it. Then looking else, what else is here? These boots are okay. However, there's nothing really we really want here, so we'll just leave this. So we can come out of there. Then in our inventory, if I press the right button, you've got this skull, which gives us plus 30 maximum spirit forever. So spirit is a new mechanic in the game, which kind of replaces the reserve function on Path of Exile 1. So on Path of Exile 1, we had a certain spell, it will reserve an X amount of your mana. Instead of it reserving mana now, you just have this spirit, which shows up just that yellow line there. If I right click this, these are the spirit shield skills it gives me. So here, these are the ones it recommends. So I can go on to any. So these are the warriors. I can essentially use any one of them. But go to the warriors. Herald of Ash. While activated, enemies will use significant overkill with attacks causing. Yes, we're going to go for Herald of Ash because that's going to make enemies explode around us, which is really useful. This plating uses fragments of armor salvaged from enemies to bolster your own. Freely breaking enemy's armor grants you a stack. So if we were breaking enemy armor, that'd be really useful. Gives us thorns, which is useful, but we're not using thorns at the moment. And this raises your shield and fuses. We don't use shields, so we can use Herald of Ash. And then to activate it, just put it into your normal skill location here. You can't put it on your bars. To activate, you just right click this.
Tempered by flame.
And then you see my spirit has disappeared. And that's going to now be active. You can use support gems on that. So we're going to go and put support gem in it because we have one in our town. Well, in the stash, I should say. And Finn also has something to say to us as well. What have you got for us?
So the cultists really did have a king lurking out there in the shadows. Shame. I might have followed him myself if he'd simply promised decent meals instead. Thank you, hero. It's not the result I was hoping for, but at least I know the truth. Clearfell's all I have left now. If I was a drinking man, it'd be a sobering.
Okay, so it gives us one of these. We're probably going to go for fire. Why not? Don't really need any of those items, to be honest. Right, let's go for this support gem here, Herald of Ash. So increases the area of effect. I think increasing the area of effect is quite useful, so we go for that one straight away. And let's have a look at this weapon here. Increased range, attack speed for all dexterity. So that'd be quite good for a monk, to be quite honest. But all of our monks keep dying. So we're going to see. I've never tried to salvage one through Una.
Sorry.
So disenchant, I should say. Okay, just gives us one. Okay, fine, just gives us one. So that's okay, I guess.
Please.
Right, so we're going to go back to the hunting grounds and we're going to find. We're missing just the boss there now. And once we find the boss, we'll jump back in. And here we are. This is the. It says it's the Great Hunt Trial of the Beastmaster. So this is the Crowbill or Crowbell, the boss of this region or this area. It's a big bird.
Been eating our cattle?
And just hit him a couple times. Boop. Then the only thing that's changed since we've been running around is that we now. Okay, he has different phases, but the only thing that's changed is we've now got vitality on this, which gives me 1% life regen while support skills active. As it's always active, I always get that 1% life regen. So that's going to be an extra 3 health per second. So I want to hit him, just normal melee attacks here. There we go, I can stun him now. Perfect, now I can just melee him down. And then he's going to go to another phase. I can just keep auto attacking him here, because he's going to run away. Oh, I don't know whether it's possible to kill him when he's in one of these phases. I'm sure it will be. And you just chase him down. We have found the farmlands, which is the next map we need to go to. So once we've taken this guy out, we'll just head back to town. And we can just teleport straight back to the farmlands. Just like that, he's down.
One less danger.
And a book of specialization. I'm not going to say no to you, because that is an extra 2 more skill points. So we want to go for melee damage here. And trying to think if we wanted these. We didn't want any of those. It's fine. And we want to put more strength points down here. And apply. So we're going to make our way to ideally this cluster around here. Grab this extra armor. Want to grab this down here. One of these. Grab beef down here. And I think we wanted this one. hits that heavy stun enemies, so I break their stun bar, have a culling strike, and culling strike is it will kill normal enemies, and if they're at a certain health threshold, which is really useful. So that's what we're going to go for. Once we get this, we'll then look at getting ideally some health. We want to focus on getting some survivability. So whatever armor. So it's got stun threshold up here. We've got some. I haven't really looked what else we've got, but I will, before this video goes live, I'm going to have a look at what we have got, and I'm going to have a look at essentially a rough build of what we're going to work towards. So if you want to see what I'm going to work towards for this warrior, just have a look down below in the description. Feel free to comment on whether you think it's going to work or not. I don't know why I'm identifying those, because I could just identify them here. So yeah, just let me know what you think about my build, what I'm going to be working towards down below. If you think it's going to work, great. If you don't, let me know why you don't think it's going to work, or any recommendations you think would be better than what I'm going to be going for. Feel free to just put it down below, and I'll make sure I'll read every single comment anyway, and we'll see if we can make something work. So here I just identified that. So I want to, let's increase physical damage. There we go. And then we can make another rune in our armor. So this, okay, that helmet's not very good. Magical into a rare, that'll do. Increased armor, yeah, fine, that'll do. We can now put you into here, and we can put in, let's put in some cold resistance. Like that. There we go. So resistances would have gone up just by a little bit. Perfect. Right, time to go to the farmlands. I like the farming area. The farm, whatever it's called. There is a couple things we have to do in the farm. So we've got Una's hut, which we have to find her loot, which gives us more passive points. We also have the crop circle. Do have my favourite mob in this area. My favourite looking mob, I should say. You don't always see them. They're essentially a big scarecrow with a huge scythe.
Hammer and anvil!
But as you can see, these mobs aren't, as we've over leveled elsewhere, these mobs aren't too bad. But once again, it doesn't take much to suddenly get one shot in this game, because we all know that damage is quite random at times. But it should be okay against these normal mobs. So we're going to run around. If I find the mob I like, I should hopefully show you guys. If not, we'll jump back in when you get to the crop circle, because Una's hut is just a house. There's nothing really special to see there. We did level up, awesome. So we want to put another skill point into this one here, strength. Thank you very much. And here he is, the scarecrow beast. Big looking crow man with a big kind of like sword. Really cool mob. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. The crop circle kind of world event is normally in the middle part of the map here. Should just be just here. And he says, as he's walking around looking for this crop circles are normally within the crops, so I don't know why I'm walking away from the crops. And hopefully we'll quickly show you the crop circle. Here it is. There it is. Yep, big crop circle. Once you go into the center, you get attacked. So once we get into Act 2, because I've done Act 1 a few times now, just because I keep dying. Once I get into Act 2, I essentially will not know what's going on. So I don't know any information about Act 2. I don't know how difficult it is. I've only ever got to the first boss of Act 2. So we'll see. I'll be definitely less informative when it comes to Act 2. Alright, let's go see if we can find this lady's hut. We find the hut. We get the loot. Get 2 more skill points. And here is little Una's loot box. Drops the loot. Nice and easy.
I can put right one thing.
And then let's pop back to town. Let's hand this to Una. Get those 2 more passive skill points. Here you are, Una. Boop.
You found. I think I shall begin.
So I skipped that. Not really interesting lore there.
We will rebuild.
And here we get 2 skill points. I don't know what the difference between these weapon sets. Someone tried to explain it in my stream. Didn't really pay much attention to it, if I'm going to be honest. So I don't know whether it's worth going this way round. We're going to have to go this way anyway. So we grab this one. More strength. Allocate. Let's increase our damage just by a little bit more. And then yes, we grab all these. This one, increased area effect if you've stunned an enemy with a 200 main weapon. That's quite useful. This one, yeah, that's loads of extra damage and extra stun build up. Obviously, we're going to focus on as much stun as possible. So now we're going to go back to the town of Ogham, which we've already found the town. Nice and easy. Ogham village, just here. Now we're in the town. What are we looking for in this town? The only thing we really care for in the town, because this Renly's workshop you can only do once, and that unlocks the salvage bench within town, which I'll quickly show you. So the only thing we care about is the executioner, because once you've done that other quest to find the workshop, you unlock the salvage bench. You use the salvage bench to salvage any superior items or anything that has sockets, and you get given these Artificer's shards and Artificer ore, and then you turn the shards into orbs. The orbs, I believe I have one in the bank somewhere. Okay, there's a shard. Okay, looks like I don't have one in the bank. That's fine. But Artificer orbs allow you to make items with sockets in it. You can add sockets to items, I should say, which is really useful. You also get the ability, if you salvage any superior items, you get armor shards or weapon shards to upgrade the quality of your weapons and armors. Really useful. And here we go. This should be the executioner. I don't think it's the executioner. I may have hit record prematurely here. It's normally where checkpoints are. Okay, no, this is the blacksmith quest. I didn't know the blacksmith quest. You just follow. There's a little building here, and then there should be. If you haven't done the quest, there should be a chest or something here. I think there's maybe even an anvil on that just there. You just pick up whatever's in this little room here. Say little room, it's quite a big room. You pick up whatever's in this little area here. I don't think there's any strong mobs you fight. You just come in, pick up the item, back to town, and you unlock the salvage bench. And this should be it. There you go, checkpoint here. Courtyard of Death. The air sings as the axe swings.
Stop. Just wait. Surely we can.
And bonk. I think her friend's gone.
Great Wolf take you, bastard!
You bastard! Face me!
I don't know who Great Wolf is that she just mentioned there. That's definitely not me. So this boss fight's very tough. You want to be... Melee's a bit dangerous. He does bring in a lot of adds that help. You've got to be careful. He'll do like a lava swing just there. Most of his attacks do a lot of damage. Just trying to avoid them as much as possible. He has this guillotine skill, which he does. He talks for a couple seconds, and he drops a random guillotine on the floor. It is quite heavily. You can see when he's about to do it. All of his attacks are quite heavily. What's it called? You can see they come in. I've forgotten the word for it. Telegraphed. So you know exactly when he's going to do something quite far in advance. Once you take out him, all of his adds will drop down, so you can finally finish him off. Because they're a bit annoying in the fight. So you definitely want to be over leveled for this fight if you're a melee, because it is quite dangerous. Let's help this lady get her down. Oh no, I don't want to swing at her. And she's got something for us.
He killed Aemon. Just killed him. I don't know what to do. Clearfell is safe. We have to get out of here.
Yeah, she wants me to go talk to her in Clearfield. I will go talk to her. First, I want to go to the Manor Ramparts. Why? Because, like most places in Act 1,
None will stop me from enacting vengeance.
the waypoints are on the other side of the
By decree
map.
of the Count of Ogham, all men must work a third shift and continue excavating until further notice. Any man caught resting will meet the executioner's axe or the gallows noose.
Okay, the Count doesn't seem like a nice guy. Let's head back to town, see what this lady has to say to us. So I think that's the main story. Where does she go? How's the inventory looking? Okay, we've got loads of room in the inventory. Support gem. Okay, I've got nothing else to upgrade, so...
For what it's worth, my name is Latus. I appreciate the rescue, but Aemon,
Okay.
it isn't worth much. But take this.
Ooh, take what? Ooh, level 5 skill gem. This is the first level 5 we get. So we get 2 skills here. Perfect strike. A one-handed, two-handed mace. Let's have a look.
Hold down the button for perfect strike to charge a powerful swing. If you release at exactly the right moment, you will hit with a high damage explosion that always ignites enemies.
That's quite a cool skill.
On impact, Molten Blast will explode and fling shrapnel projectiles forwards.
Okay, that's not as... Let's go for Perfect Strike. And we can put this on... give it a shockwave totem, I guess. Perfect Strike can go on this one here. And let's see if we can upgrade it. Perfect Strike, Eternal Flame. Ignite duration of enemies. Yeah, it works. Increase... Yeah, okay. I think both of those would be useful. Right, what have you got for us now?
There is only one thing for certain. Count Gianor must die. He ordered the guard to round up everyone in the village, and when we resisted, they burned it to the ground.
Okay, he doesn't sound like a nice guy.
Enter the manor.
And take vengeance upon him. Okay. Enter the manor, find Count Gianor. Gianor. And the Count is within this underground area here. This is a very good one to take care of. So he's on the bottom floor of the manor. This one's on the very first floor of the manor. Candlemas. Definitely worth taking him out when you get there. In the manor ramparts, there's only one place of interest, the gallows. So we're going to go find the gallows and then make our way into the manor itself. The manor is quite a dangerous place, but obviously you'll see when we get there. I'll show you a little bit of the ramparts. I always go left of the ramparts. Bear in mind I've only done 3... No, it's the 4th time I've done this. I think I may have gone... I don't know. Well, I think the ramparts are just a big square. You should make your way around however you want to get to the gallows. Let's have a look at Perfect Strike. Okay, that's the wrong skill. Hold it down. Okay, so I think it's when... Yeah, okay. We'll see if we can use that. Okay, I went the wrong way. That's a bit annoying. We found the gallows here. Not really much to say. There's a bit of lore. So he's going to essentially hang any of the criminals. Fine, we were one of the criminals. If you remember the intro cutscene, we were on this gallows. And we jumped over this wall here. It was pretty cool. And then that makes sense. We jumped over this wall here. And then we somehow ended up over here. Fine. Yeah, I guess we went downriver. Yeah, okay. That kind of makes sense. Right, skill gem. Perfect Strikes, increase the window of opportunity. Perfect. And if I look at all that damage we do, Perfect Strike 213 damage. Mace Strike does more, so I'm probably just going to stick with Mace Strike. And you can see here, one melee attack does bring up their stun meter far enough for me to finish them. I'm going to teleport over here. Got court orders here.
The outside threat grows ever stronger. Whispers of betrayal echo within my very halls. We can no longer tolerate any risk. Use lethal force against those you suspect of foul play. Speak carefully with your men. Ensure they are who they claim. Hang any suspects. Seek out resistance within the village and raze their homes to the ground. We must send a clear message. Leave no stone unturned.
This Count seems like a very dangerous man. But here we go. Into the manor we go. As we go in here, remember, there's a number of floors in the manor. The first floor has, if you click on here, first floor has the Candlemas in here. So we want to look for Candlemas.
Must be made to answer for his crimes.
You do need to be careful in here. If you haven't over-leveled like I have, because obviously I've over-leveled in a previous location, therefore this is slightly easier for us. If you haven't done this, watch out, because there's a lot of AoE on the floor like this. So obviously we lost over half our health there. Loads of AoE on the floor. It's a tight kind of corridors, so just be really careful of AoE that's being dropped. If you have any form of range, try and keep everything at range, because the AoE is dropped by these blood carriers. Once they explode, they do drop this AoE circle. Trying to keep out of it. And these courtesans, they buff any of these mobs that come in for the damage. So be really careful when there's loads of these mobs in one location. Just kind of get away from them as soon as possible. And we did level up there, so it's good. We'll go and put our skill point down in 1 second. So here we go. So I wouldn't mind trying to get this before we fight the boss, or even this one. Either or would be good. But I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 levels here, so we could probably do this. So here is the first bit of lore, this area.
You can rest when you're dead. Keep digging!
That's him. One of us will not leave this manor alive.
One of us will not leave this manor alive. You're right. It's probably going to be us. There's the count there. There's a weird thing of tentacles in this crate here. I guess how you make it laugh with tentacles. I'll see myself out. So, after a bit of exploration, we found the Chapel of the Fallen. Wax and Wick. He was cursed. It's a Psalm of Madness here.
First ones, hear our laments. Sanity recedes ever further into the dark. Shadows hover above us, in the corners, watching and waiting. What sickness has come among us that so unsettles our minds? It sits, poised to strike. Nowhere is safe.
Let's go. Let's fight this boss. This is a cool boss. If you've got a low amount of fire resistance, be careful here. You'll see why in a second. He does a lot of fire attacks. Most of his attacks are fire, if not all of them. So he sets his sword on fire, which isn't the worst. He'll do a skill in a second. This one here. He'll swing, so essentially lifts the sword up in the air, and he'll just swing his sword. That's not the worst attack. You'll see it hopefully in a second. He'll do a charge up. You should be able to tank most of these attacks. Go on, do your big attack. There you go. He'll go red. He'll shine red, and he'll shoot bomb his candles, a load of fire. Just be careful of that. And then he does a flamethrower where he does a big breathe in. Be careful of that one as well. There you go. That's all of the mechanics this guy does. Fires a load of candles at you, does a flamethrower, or, well, that's really it. This is why you want to kill him. 20 plus 20 maximum life. That's a huge increase. So we're going to grab that. There we go. So almost at 500 HP. We are going to continue to make our way down the manor to the boss. However, when we get to the boss, we will actually stop. And we're going to level up to level... well, kind of thinking, well, I want to get this one as a minimum. Increase 40% extra damage. Stun build up is huge. Attack speed, not the best. But hey, that would be really good. So that's 2 more levels. And then I'd like to ideally grab this one, this polished iron. So we're probably going to grind this until we get to this. As we make our way down.
Our triumph is at hand.
It's getting a little bit more aggressive, that thing in the cage. It's going to be interesting. So here we go. We're going to go and try and take on the boss. We've leveled up to level 18. We've stopped getting the big amounts of experience. So it's taken me a few clears to try and get to this point. You can quickly clear out inventory. One downside is I don't know what item I had, but it may have been one of my rings that gave me a little bit more spirit. I can't equip this vitality anymore because it gives an additional reservation of 20 spirit, which I didn't have. I don't have 50 spirit anymore, so that's a bit of a downside. Might have to look to see where I got that spirit from.
It is good to see you.
So we can clear out our inventory, and we're going to go and give that another go. Well, go and give the boss a go. We haven't tried yet. So we're just going to upgrade our armor. That's a lot better than what we've got. Armor's good. Vitality, yeah, that's very good for us. I would like a flask. Gives us charges per second. There you go. That'll do. It's not special, but it's better than nothing. Because charges per second is a huge increase in our survivability. And then we want to... Can we upgrade our... I'd like to upgrade this armor a little bit more, but that's fine if we can't. So we'll be jumping straight into the boss once we clear out our inventory here. And we're going to give this a go. I would really like the extra spirit, if I'm going to be honest, but I'm not sure where or what I got rid of. So I did something and my spirit's gone. So with that in mind, our Herald of Ash, we can now change this to something else, I guess. Because we don't need... Yeah, because this won't work anymore. I guess Brutality won't work. No, I think we'll just leave it the way it is. And I don't think we've got anything... No, we've got nothing of use. We're going to double check the shop. Shops are actually quite good in this. Definitely worth checking every now and then, because there are some rares that appear. Like this rare is huge. Loads of armor. I lose health regeneration. Lose lightning resistance. But I gain load of strength, loads of armor, and a stun threshold, so I can't be stunned. So that's probably better, I'm going to be honest. But I do lose the health regeneration, so I do kind of want to keep the health regeneration. It's definitely worth checking out the shop every now and then. Because this increases all melee skills, gives me HP and fire resistance. So this is probably better if I'm going to be honest.
Flame of the Forge!
Although it gives I lose out on the armor, the increase in melee skills is quite good. The more damage I do, quicker I can kill mobs, the better position I'm going to be in. Right, let's go and take on this boss. Then once the boss is taken care of, we'll probably end this episode here. Let's see how this goes. Worst case scenario, I can press escape and exit character selection. I don't really want to do that. I'm probably, if I'm going to die, I'm just going to let myself die. But as you can see here, we do a lot of damage. If I go here, we have got singular purpose, so we attack slightly slower. We've got a bigger stun build up, and we do 40% extra damage. We want to grab this one, then grab these two as we make our way down to beef. Then we want to make our way down to cranial impact, and we want to make a heavy contact is where we're going to next once we get these 3 nodes. Right, let's wait for the boss to appear. So the counter S was just talking just then. Unfortunately I skipped that conversation.
I'll remove your head myself.
So we have got a lot of HP here. Yeah, okay, we are chunking a lot of damage here.
You dare mock me?
Oriana, open the
Okay,
cage.
it's fine.
Release the beast. Give me what you promised.
I think not. I expected so much more from you. Since you are too
There we go.
weak to do the job, I'll find someone who can.
They're arguing about the beast in the cage.
Husband.
You manipulative whore. How dare you abandon me after all I've given you?
And here's a second phase. This is such a cool looking boss. So cool looking. Right, need to be careful here though.
I smell your blood.
There you go, should be good to stun. Now time to do big damage here. Although he's gone into the second phase, he did give me all my charges back with my health potion. So this is a really interesting fight. So we're going to get attacked by a load of werewolves here. These fights are fine. When he finishes talking, so you can hear him talking in the background, obviously where see his text coming up down here. Every time he finishes talking, he'll jump in and attack us. So if you're careful, you can just dodge, potentially dodge his attacks. Just be careful to wait for him to finish talking and try and dodge right.
Men fell as some are soured.
There you go, he's back in. Get out of that. Okay, never mind, or tank it. Okay, we should be able to stun him here. Big hit. And down he goes. Us farming to get extra damage has definitely paid off here. There's the hooded one. Such a cool survival hand, such a cool sword.
Clear your mind, if only for a moment.
The madness. It consumed my being. Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
From the Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
Okay, back to Clearfell. So we're going to get to Act 2. That's Act 1 completed. Pretty cool act if you don't mind me.
Count Geonor is dead.
Yeah, it's such a relief.
We can finally start rebuilding our poor damaged Ogham. It's going to be a long and difficult...
That's fine by me. Yeah, they're going to rebuild. I'm not going to get involved.
You have earned a prominent role in our song. The darkness that crept me the first...
Okay, didn't really have anything interesting there to talk about. The hooded one's over here. Let's go talk to him.
We must pursue Oriana. The seed of corruption has begun to grow. But there is still a chance that we can end this before it is too late.
Okay, where do we need to go?
The fledgling beast is leaving corruption in its wake. So we have a trail to follow. When you are ready to part from this place, we can leave immediately.
Yep, let's depart. and follow, essentially identify our stuff. Let's quickly sort our inventory and then we'll make our way. Okay, and let's go, Mr. Hooded One.
Greetings.
Follow the beast trail.
The trail of corruption leads east, so east we shall go. It seems fate conspires to return me to the plains of Vastiri.
There we go, let's go.
Has escaped with the beast. Every attempt to control it has ended in cataclysm. We must pursue her to the plains of Vastiri. We should find the Marikath caravan. Only they can lead us through that harsh and unforgiving land.
Here we are, Act 2.
Well, sir, we have arrived.
Speak to the Hooded One.
Good luck to you.
This outpost seems to be part of a trade route, so we should be able to find a Marikath caravan. They are an honorable people, and I have no doubt they will assist us.
There we go. So we need to speak to someone in charge of the caravan, which I'm presuming it's just up here. Wayfarer's Stone, I don't know what this is.
The weary traveler grows close to the end of the path. The bread bowl of the world, the verdant land of 7 waters, awaits! Be sure to have your toll ready at the gates. Cloth, gems, metalwares, and coins.
Okay, that's just random lore there. That's fine. Speak to someone in charge of the caravan. So there's a well.
Of warriors.
There's a stash.
Only the toughest survive here.
You are seeking passage on our caravan? We cannot travel anywhere at the moment. Hyenic raiders are harassing the trade route ahead. For the time being, we are stuck here.
Okay, so that's going to be the first mission of this act, was to take out the Hyenic caravan, or the Hyenic raiders. So we are here, the outskirts. So we haven't even got to the caravan, which is this town here. In theory, we've not got there yet. That's fine. Quite a cool little location. The land of the 7 waters, kept in verdance eternal by the vigilant Marikath, as seen by the Aradura Akara. I'm not fine. Okay, this is pretty cool. But we'll end this episode here. So, you made this far, thank you much for watching. We are going to be putting my proposed build for endgame here. So, I want to be making our way to these two, grab this, grab beef, and then grab this one down here, heavy contact. Potentially, I don't know where I'll go after that, but I'm going to do some research. I'll put the build down below. If you want to comment on whether you think it'll work or not, feel free to let me know. If you have any recommendations of what I should go for, feel free to put that down below as well. But, can wield 2-handed axes, maces, and swords in one hand. Triple the tribute requirements of weapons. That could be good. Anyway, besides the point. But, have a wonderful day, everyone. And normally, some more links as normal. We've got a link to Mrs Rothmers YouTube channel if you like Lord of the Rings lore. Feel free to have a look at that. And you want to join the Discord, feel free to click that down below, where we just really just talk about anything random. So, have a wonderful day, everyone. And peace out.